Hi guitar mates, I hope you are all doing very well. In this video, I will continue my exploration of Iron Maiden's Brave New World album and a further look at the song Out of a Silent Planet. Now, today's video has been brought to you by everyone who supports my channel over at guitarmates.com, where you will find ad-free, in-depth lessons, backing tracks, tabs, and tips and techniques to improve your playing. And for this month, everyone who supports the channel, even for just $1 a month, will have access to the tabs, backing tracks and the guitar profile for today's lesson. So do check it out using the links below. And for this lesson, I will be covering the main rhythm guitars. The individual guitar parts, including the solos, will be available on my premium channel. So, without any further ado, let's get into the lesson. Right, let's get into that little intro section. I'll play it through and then I'll break it down. So it goes like this. Fairly easy on the chord basis. All we're playing there is an E5 power chord. So we're just playing across the 7 on the A and the 9 on the D string. I am muting the open E string just because I just prefer the sound. I don't like that sound of it just gets too bassy, so I'm covering that low E string with my thumb, so I get. All we're playing, if we think about this timing on this, we're playing a 1E and a 2, 3 and a 4, and we're playing that 4 times. So if we're just thinking about the strumming, it's a down, 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 mute, down, 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 mute, down, 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 mute, down, down, down. But of course, we've got to play it fairly quickly. We're playing at a tempo at this point of 154 BPM. So we get this 1, 2, 3, 4. The key thing here is just to make sure you're there on the metro at 1, 3, 1, 3. Of course, all the guitars are playing the same line through there, and of course the drums are playing that as well. So that is your intro section. Now let's look at the verse section to start straight on the back of that big powerful intro. So I'll play it through and then I'll break it down. So we are playing this. And what I've done there is 2 sequences, because like many songs by Iron Maiden and many songs by many other artists, we are working in a 4-bar loop. Now this 4 bars you are going to repeat 4 times. But what are we playing? Well, we are playing an E5 chord, and we're playing a 1 chug chug 1 chug chug 1. So we get 1. Now, and on the 4 count, the last one, we just let that ring out. And we're going to play the E5 twice. Then we move straight down on the same strings down to a C5. We're going to play 1 bar of that, same rhythm though. Back up to the D, so we're on the 5th fret, so we're playing a D5 there. Then we go back and we repeat that whole line 4 times. And one thing I do want to mention is the turnaround from the intro to the verse. So you're playing that. It's just making sure that you get that turnaround So they are 1 E and a 2, 3 and a 4, 1 and. So you're getting that nice. Okay, just a point to sort of make out there, just that you're making sure that you're coming in right on the beat. Now, you're going to play that 4 times and then you are into the pre-chorus section. Now, the pre-chorus section is just a simple power chord sequence, so we're playing this. Oh, we're playing that, just an A5 power chord on the first bar, counting 4. Up to a C5, so we're just on that 3 and 5 fret on the A string. And then down to an E, and you're going to hold that for 2 bars. Back to the A, the C, and then you can almost tell we're going up to the D5. And that is the pre-chorus section. So let's just round these off nicely and let's look at the chorus section that we're going to be playing. So the chorus section now changes its rhythmic feel. We are going to be playing the gallop. So we are playing this. Now, again, I've played 2 bars or 2 sequences of that because, again, it's a 4-bar loop. And our loop is going to be an E5 for 1 bar doing the gallop. Now, the gallop is the one that's going 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. Then down to a C5. Down to a G. And then up to a D. So we go. Fairly straightforward if you are comfortable with the gallop. If not, we are doing 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. And we're just playing our downbeats. Like that. Fairly straightforward gallop, of course. Takes a little bit of practice if you're not 100% comfortable on that gallop. Now, as I've said, it's a 4-bar loop, doing an E to a C to a G to a D, and you are going to play that 4 times, and that is the chorus section. Now, the good news, all we do from here, we go back to a verse, play all the way through the verse, play through the pre-chorus, and then we play a chorus again. And that takes us into the first of the interludes. Now, the good news is here that for the first interlude, the rhythm guitar that we're playing is exactly the same as the chorus. We're doing that gallop again, and we are playing the same chord sequence. So we're back on the E, G, D, E, C, G, and you've guessed it. And you've guessed it, we are going to be playing that as a 4-bar loop 4 times. So that is what the rhythm guitar, the main kind of basic rhythm guitar that is being played through that interlude. Right, now we are into interlude number 2, and the rhythm guitar for this really couldn't be any easier as for what we've got to actually play. I'm just going to play through 4 bars and then explain a little bit more detail what's going on there. So that would be the 4 bars there. Now, the 4 bars are played 6 times. So long session doing that through the interlude number 2. But what are we actually doing there? Well, we just on an E, power palm muting it as well. And we go in 1 and 2 and 3 E and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 E and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that's all you're playing through that rhythm. And as I say, you're going to play that the bar. You've got the loop before playing that 6 times. If anybody's quick mathematics on that, tell you exactly how many bars you've got to play in total for that section. Right, let's look at the second part of that interlude, which is being played behind Dave Murray's guitar solo. And coming out of the back end of that interlude, we also have Dave Murray's guitar solo, and this is what the rhythm guitar is playing behind it. Like that. So what are we doing? Well, we're starting off on a C5 chord for 1 bar, sliding up to the D5 on the next bar, down to an E5 for the next bar, and then we've got this on the E5. Just playing the E5, doing that 3 times. Then we go back to the C5, the D5, E5 for 2 bars, C5, D5, E5, 2 bars, C5, D5, B flat 5, then we get, that's just going from a C to the D on the 1 and 3 count. And that is the end of that solo section. From there, we go straight back into our usual chorus. Coming out of the chorus, we then are into interlude number 3. And again, the great news for the rhythm guitar player, you're just playing, as before, you're just playing the chorus through interlude number 3. Very, very easy to play. However, this chorus is played slightly different. It's the same chords, we've just got a different rhythmic feel to it. We are going to play this. So we've got the same chords, but we're just doing 1 and 2 and 3. So we do the palm mute on the 1 and 2 and an E5. This time I'm playing it down here, but you could play here. Like that. And then you go down to the C, you do the same thing. You're playing the 3 on the A string, you do that. Move down to the G, so you're playing on the E and the A string. Up to the D. That's your 4-bar loop. And you've got to play that 4 times as usual. It does slow down right at the end. So when you get to the last part, you'll do the 3rd sequence, you get this. Doesn't actually play anything on that final one. He just plays the D chord because the music is slowing down, because we are then going to go into the outro section, which is the same as that intro section that I covered on a previous lesson. So these are all of the rhythm guitar parts for the entire song.